Hey guys, today I'm sharing one of my favorite pork dishes. It is finger-licking good Indo-Chinese style pork spare ribs. Super easy to prepare, doesn't need a lot of ingredients, it's flavor-packed and it is prepared with fine quality pork. Thank you Chairman's Reserve for sponsoring this post. The meat quality is extremely good and you can see a lot by just looking at the color of the raw meat. I also loved how neatly it was packed, which made it very easy for me to store the ribs individually. Their website has a lot of fine details on how to pick the right kind of meat for your dishes, including several recipe ideas. I have given the link in description below. For this dish, I used a mix of spare ribs and boneless pork sirloin, but you can restrict to just spare ribs. I wanted to use a little bit of boneless meat, so I used the pork sirloin as well. Please be careful when chopping the ribs. I prefer chopping it into bite-sized portions as that is how I remembered enjoying this dish back in Bangalore. I also chopped the sirloin into bite-sized portions. And overall, I had about 3 pounds of a mix spare ribs and pork sirloin together. You start by boiling the pork. This will not boil or cook the pork completely, but it will boil about 70%. We will continue cooking the pork later in the sauce. As you boil the pork, you will see some foam forming on top. You could choose to skim the foam off from time to time. Now after boiling for about 20 minutes, remove the meat but do retain about 2 cups of the water that we will be using later to prepare the sauce. The dish is very easy. It does require a bit of chopping in the beginning, and I started with 2 onions, one of which I roughly chopped into diced bite size and the other one I finely chopped, which goes in making the thick sauce. The ginger garlic is finely chopped, but you can choose to grate or pound. Do not use store-bought bottled garlic and ginger. Use the fresh ones for the best flavor. Green pepper is what I used, and I again chopped it into big bites, but you can use the colorful peppers too, red, orange, whatever you feel like. I used only 2 green chili because I can't eat too spicy, but if you can handle more spicier food, do add more green chilies to make the dish more spicy. Finally, 1 green onion, which I chopped finely. I used both the white and the green, and I used most of it in the cooking and left a little bit for garnish at the end. Now the sauce, which is again very minimal, it has soy sauce, Worcestershire sauce and white vinegar. To prepare this dish, take a heavy bottom wok if possible, or a pan is fine too. Start by pouring the oil and then sugar. Do not stir the sugar, just leave it there for a few seconds or maybe a minute for the sugar to caramelize. Then add the garlic, ginger, finely chopped onion, green chili, and you saute it very quickly. We are not trying to cook it down a lot, just like kind of saute it for a minute or 2. Then goes the diced onion, green pepper, and finally the partially cooked pork. Stir it around want to coat everything evenly, and then add the sauce. Stir once again to mix everything. Ajinomoto is a kind of salt that adds an amazing umami flavor to the dish. It's very common in Indo-Chinese food, but if you're hesitant to use Ajinomoto, then that's fine too. Add just a little bit of salt in that case. Now toss everything around and then pour the water that we left from boiling the pork, about 2 cups. Now cover and continue cooking for about 20 minutes in medium heat. After 20 minutes, the pork should be cooked through. And if it is not, if you think the pork is still very tough, then add more water and continue boiling. Once the pork is cooked through, remove the lid and let the water reduce. You want to reduce the water to a thick sauce. Once that is done, add the green onion, sesame seeds, and freshly cracked black pepper, and then toss it all around. Pork spare ribs taste best when it is served right way. The pork quality was amazing and it cooked really fast, and it was tender, the texture was perfect. It had that bite, but was also falling off the bones. We thoroughly enjoyed the dish and would highly recommend you to try Chairman's Reserve product. Do check the link below. And this dish, as you can see, was super easy and super quick to prepare. I hope you will enjoy it. Do leave a comment below if you have any question. I hope you will give me a like and subscribe and come back for new videos every week. Thank you.